can build wealth through hard work and persistence. The time is now. No more hesitating and success will be yours. No more waiting. It's time to get it. Now.
Hey, what's up, guys? Sean Sells Denver coming at you today. I'm just hanging out in Wheat Ridge right now. Wheat Ridge is a city in Denver Metro. I've done a few flips in the city here, so I'm actually meeting with another real estate agent in my office this morning. Her name's Noreen Doyle. You can check her out on Instagram if you're looking for a good real estate agent besides me, but she's awesome as well. And we're going to be showing some properties today and just kind of previewing them, checking them out. So I'm sitting outside of a house. These are pretty typical in Denver. These 60s, 70s brick ranches with an attached 1-car or 2-car garage. We see a lot of these, so that's what I'm sitting outside of today. They're great little flips if you can get them at the right price. But today I really wanted to talk to you guys, and hold on, let me turn on some air. I really wanted to talk to you guys today about what is due diligence and kind of what do you do in your due diligence period, and how do you know if you've done enough due diligence? So really, guys, to keep it simple for you, due diligence is just the process of diligently checking out the property and making sure it's going to be a secure investment or, a good purchase. And those can all be defined differently, right? A good purchase to me may not be a good purchase to the next investor, but he may still be able to make money on it. So due diligence can be different for everybody, but for the most part, everybody does kind of the standard thing for due diligence. So in my other video that I put out last week, I talked about inspections and what to look for in fix and flips. And that's part of one of the due diligence processes, is inspecting the property and making sure it's in a suitable condition for what you're trying to do. Now, when we rehab properties for fix and flips, when I'm going through that, I'm calculating a rehab budget and making sure I'm calculating all my numbers and, making sure I'm not missing anything. You're going to miss something, but making sure you're trying to get as much stuff as possible so your numbers are as accurate as possible. And that's just one step of the due diligence process that usually comes after you've been under contract. That's kind of one of the first things you do, is you do the inspection. So before you write a contract, there is some other due diligence you may want to do. And like one of the biggest due diligence things is pulling comps. Determining the right price for the property that you're going to pay is a due diligence item. So pulling comps in an area, we always pull comps half mile or third mile, past 180 days, so past 6 months, sometimes a year if we need more comps. Since sometimes there's not a lot of inventory in Denver in areas, we have to look back even further to find values. And then what we're going to do is we're going to compare our property to other properties that have sold that are most similar to it to determine a value. And we're going to compare things like number of bedrooms, number of bathrooms, lot size, garages, the finishes in the house. So maybe one home's updated, one home's not. You want to find a home that realistically is most comparable to your home that you're selling, and then you can kind of base a price off of that to come to a good conclusion. So that's important. I'll talk about pricing in another video. That's a whole detailed topic that I could talk about for a long time. But so that's one of the first due diligence items you're going to do. And then obviously the second due diligence item is, once you write the contract, you're going to just inspect, the property. Like I was talking about, you're going to do a property inspection, check the roof, check all the systems, check all the mechanicals of the property, windows, doors, etc. Foundation. If everything looks good there, you'll continue on with your contract. If it doesn't, you can always, terminate your contract depending on how it's written, or you can go back and negotiate to get items fixed or get money off. There's all kinds of ways in real estate. That's where you got to be kind of creative. So due diligence then too, some of the other detailed things that a lot of people don't really know about is we do what's called title work. So I close all my properties through a title company. So that means I use Chicago Title in town. I've got a really good rep out there that I like. And basically we go to them and they're going to handle all kind of the back end stuff and make sure money comes to closing. But they're also going to provide me with a title commitment that shows me how much the current owners own on the property to make sure they can, if they own $250,000 and I'm only paying them $200,000 for the house, then we have an issue. They need to show up at closing with cash in order to pay off that lien. Vice versa, it could be like they, only owe $100,000 and I'm paying them $200,000, so they're going to net the excess at closing, which will be around $100,000. There'll be some taxes and stuff that are prorated, but around $100,000. So that's another due diligence item, and it's nice because it's usually taken care of. So what we do is we just read a document and make sure we confirm that document to make sure that document looks legitimate and make sure there's no other liens or encumbrances on the property. No one is making a false claim to the property. So that's a really important item because you can screw yourself if you do not do that. Let's say you find an owner carry deal or something like that. You could screw yourself. So you really need to do title work. And then that's pretty much it, guys. Title work, your inspection process, and then if you're getting a loan, you'll do an appraisal, but that, is up to an appraiser. He'll come out and value the property, and you'll just pay him for his time and for his expertise in giving you a value on your property and doing an appraisal. But other than that, that's pretty much it. I mean, buying properties is a pretty straightforward process. There's a lot that goes into it, but it's a pretty straightforward process. So that talks about due diligence. If you guys have any questions about any specific due diligence items, mark it below. I'd love to talk more with you about when you get into different properties, there's going to be different due diligence items. Like if you're purchasing land, there also could be soils tests. I could go on for days. There's all kinds of different tests and things that you can get done if need be on a property, just to ensure that the property is a good property and is going to meet your needs and suit you well. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you enjoy the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. Love hearing from you guys. Reach out to me on Instagram, Sean Sells Denver, and we'll see you next time.